Hey guys, Liana here. Happy Friday. I'm so happy we made it another week down. Guys, I actually just realized that I say happy Friday as if today is the start of everybody's weekend. And I started reflecting on that and I started realizing that's actually not the case for every single person. So no matter what today brings for you, whether it does bring the beginning of the weekend like it does for me, or maybe it's another just regular work day for you and you're gonna have to keep working through the weekend, I just hope you have a beautiful day. I hope that today is great and you are blessed and that you feel God's presence today. I really wanted to come on here and talk about something that I've realized that I've really been struggling with. I was actually reading a book. It is by Bianca Juarez Olthoff, and I really hope that I said her second last name right, but I can't guarantee that I did. I've been reading a book that she wrote, and it is How to Have Your Life Not Suck. It's actually really good. She brings a lot of good insight. It's actually based off in the book of Ruth. She is somebody who really looks on the characters in the Bible to help her get through tough times in her life, and those have really been her mentors. But she takes how she reflects on that and what she uses from that, how she has been able to let that like mold her life and get her through those difficult times. But with that, I got through a good chunk of it. I'm actually not done with it, and it's actually a really good book, so I recommend it for anybody who really needs some like motivation and maybe just a mentor, you know, just how to get through tough times. I really like that she uses the Bible to back a lot of it up. As I got to a certain part of the book, I really had epiphany actually, and a moment where I really reflected what she was saying, and that really held true to me. And I realized I am just as guilty of this as I know a lot of other people are too. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about that. What she wrote was so moving to me, and I had to write it down. I actually wrote it on my wall. It actually made it to the wall. It's something that I look at every single day, and it's been very helpful. So the quote says, "So much of the time is spent trying to get to what's great in the next that we miss what's good in the now." That rang so true to me. I have realized that I live my life looking to see what's next, what's coming next, what's gonna happen next in my life, where am I going next? And now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this has to do with goals and planning your future. No, that is so important. You need to have goals and you need to plan your future and you need to look to the future. But that's not what this quote is saying. No, this quote is saying that we are so interested in what is coming next that we are missing the good that we have in the now, that we are not able to take in the beautiful now. We're not taking in the blessings that we have now. We're not seeing what God is giving us now. We're not enjoying the beautiful moments we have now because we're so wrapped up in looking to see what next has in store, what's great in the next, that we're missing all of the now. And I am so guilty of doing this. I am realizing that I am spending too much time saying, okay, I'm dealt with the now, I'm ready to move on to the next. I'm realizing that I'm just as guilty of doing that, and that I need to slow down and I need to realize, whoa, take a step back and smell the roses, like literally. Look around you, take this moment in, because you're never gonna get this moment back. This moment is gonna be here, it's gonna come and go, and you're gonna miss all these beautiful memories that you could have been making, that you could have been enjoying, because you're so busy on seeing what is coming next. Where are we going next? Where's life taking me next? What's the next big adventure? And looking to the future is great, as long as that's not all you're living for. And it took me a lot to realize that we can't always live in the future. We should be living for the day as well. We should be living for the now. We should be looking at the beautiful things that now has to offer. Because now is when we make the memories, not future tense. Now, currently, now is what we get to experience. The future is the future, and that may never come. But now is what we currently have. So let's take advantage of the now, because we have no guarantee that the future is ever going to come. So whatever is great in the next is not a guaranteed, it's not promised. So let's take advantage of the now. And hearing that really helped center me and ground me and make me realize that I am living way too much in the future. And it is great. I'm happy that I have goals, and I've reevaluated and like, okay, it's okay. The goals I have are important to have, but I need to stop constantly just living for that. And I need to start living for my now, and looking around me and looking at all the blessings that God has given me now, and reflect on how beautiful now is, and take in whatever lesson he's trying to give me, whatever he's trying to teach me, whatever blessings he's giving me. Take that in now, because the season I'm in now is good. And if I don't learn from the season now, then what he is trying to give me, the tools he wants me to have and have gained now, I won't be ready for the next, for what's great in the next. I won't be ready for it. I'll be that much further behind because I didn't pay attention to the now. I didn't pay attention to the blessings of now. I didn't pay attention to the good that we have in the now. What he is trying to teach me now. I spent too much time looking to the future that I missed this whole part of life, which is now, current. And the funny thing is, if we think about it, we were in the past at one point, we were living before this point, and we were looking to where we are now, right? Like our present was a hope of our past. So we were looking for the future, which is what's now. But then I had the problem of constantly being like, okay, well, I'm here. What's next? Instead of being like, whoa, wait, take a breath. Recognize where you are. Recognize that you've made it to the next. You're in that new season. Prepare for the next season, but enjoy the current season along the way. Enjoy the blessings of your current season. Enjoy the memories, the now. So I really wanted to share that because I realized that I'm just as guilty, and the world that we live in now, I feel like that's so normal for us to live in the future and constantly be thinking about what's next. With technology at our fingertips, constantly being able to be like, well, where do I want to be? What do I want to look like? What are my goals? Like, if only I could be this, or if only I could be here, if only I could be there, if only I could be in this stage of my life, I'd be happier. But by doing that, we're just missing so much. And when I started thinking about her quote, I started thinking about all that the Bible has to say about living for the now and enjoying the blessing and acknowledging the blessing. And as I thought about a lot of that, I actually thought about a specific verse in the Bible that I wanted to share with you all. It is Psalm 9:1. It says, I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount all of your wonderful deeds, giving thanks to the Lord. And it continues to say, I will recount your wonderful deeds. And this one was really helpful with connecting her quote. Why? Because how can you recount God's wonderful deeds if you miss everything he's doing for you now? If you miss all that he is doing, all that he's working within you, all the beautiful blessings, all the memories he's giving you, all that he's brought you through, and living in the now, how can you recount all the wonderful deeds he's done? How? Because all we keep doing is reaching for the future. If I could just get there, life would be so much better. But would it? Because if we're not taking in the now, how can we truly appreciate every single season of our life? If we just keep looking at the future and reaching and wishing that we were further off than where we are now, how will we be better off? How can we truly appreciate the future? We're not looking and taking in the good of now because we're just hoping that the future is going to be even greater than the now. The next is just going to be so much greater. But how can it be greater when you can't even look at the good of now? What do you have to compare it to? You're so concentrated on the future that when it comes, do you truly understand the greatness of it? Do you understand the blessings? See, I'm realizing that I have a lot to work on when it comes to that. To just slow down and think about it and say, you know what, Lord? You're working through me. It's a season that I'm in. And instead of rushing through it, I'm going to let you work through me. I'm going to take on every single memory that I can. I'm going to take every tool, every blessing, every growth, all the good that you are bringing with the now, so that I am that much more prepared for the next. And when the great next comes, I 100% will recognize it because I've been able to take in the now, the good now. So when I realize that my life is getting just that much greater, I will know I'm entering my next. I can recognize that I'm entering my next because I've taken the time to acknowledge the now, recognize the now, see the now, take in the now, that I am ready and I'm prepared and I can see the next when it actually comes. I'll recognize it. I'll know and I'll say, thank you, Lord. I'm ready. I'm ready to step into this new season. Guys, I really hope that you guys can apply this. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are in the same spot where maybe you're in between seasons, or you're in a season all you want to do is be in your next, I hope that you guys can take from this and that you guys can kind of slow down and enjoy your current season, because it's never coming back. And as much of a struggle as any of us could be going through at any point in our lives, there's always something that we can look at and be thankful for. Or there's always a lesson to be learned, or a memory to make, or a blessing to look on and be thankful for. But we need to take time. We need to slow down, and we need to look at the good in the now. And I really hope that you guys can take from this, that you guys can apply this, and that you guys can truly appreciate the greatness in the next if you are struggling with what I struggle with, which is constantly looking to the future and not acknowledging the current and the now. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Whether you're working, whether you're off, whether you get to break away, however you're spending your weekend, I hope that you have a beautiful weekend. I hope that you continue to be blessed. I hope that you relax either which way, working or not. Take time for yourself, disconnect, regroup, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.